All right, now as we go deeper into on-page SEO, we'll look at how to do content analysis and see how your content might perform. Okay, um, so first thing first, we already set up title and description in the last video. Let's open our content that we set up. So we saw that we set up the title and description over here, how to install a WordPress plugin, learn how to install a WordPress plugin easily from your admin dashboard, right? So there's quite a few things going on. On a WordPress content, on the blog post, there's the title settings, right? That's one of the options. The other option is actually your permalink, so this slug. And then there's a few other things over here. There's a featured image somewhere here, and then there is what category you want to assign. There's XR and stuff. Now, what SEO plugins usually do is this thing called content analysis. That's how they were popular like 4 or 5 years ago. Again, use these content analysis as a guideline. They're not a hard and fact or a hard and fact or a straightforward guide into if you follow everything your content's gonna rank. No, that's not true. It might have been true maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, but not anymore. There's a lot of signals that Google needs nowadays to say that this content is the best. One of them also being backlinks, right? So but if you have this, if you have the content analysis part nailed down into a certain level, as in you followed everything, you tried your best, and you've given your best, then it is going to do better than almost half or more of the contents out there that might not have been optimized at all, right? So quickly to tell you, for a content that does not have a lot of competition for Google, the way it might rank and index faster is if you use the keywords on title, if you use it on the description, if you use it on the permalink, the URL, and also subheadings, headings, and throughout the content it's being spread out, right? You don't want to always write the keyword all the time because then it becomes keyword stuffing when the keyword density is too high, but you're using it naturally and organically. Okay, so that's the most beginner step. Now let's look at all the options, the on-page SEO optimization options and recommendations given by SEOPress, and what I think of it and if it works or not, right? So first of all, meta title. It says none of your target keywords were found in meta title. The length of your title is correct. So it's showing the length, but it says my target keyword is not there. My target keyword is install WordPress plugin. It says install WordPress plugin. To be honest, it's already there, right? If you're thinking naturally, Google's algorithm is so good, it doesn't need to be the exact word. As in how to install WordPress plugin. You know, it might say how to install a WordPress plugin. That's fine, but let's try to change it up a little bit, right? Let's say how to install a WordPress plugin, right? It's the same. So install a WordPress plugin. Install WordPress plugin. How to install a WordPress plugin. So install WordPress plugin. Same. Learn how to install a WordPress plugin. Sorry, my bad. How to install? That makes no sense. My bad. How to install WordPress plugin. Keep it. Learn how to install WordPress plugin. Okay. Because I have a feeling when people search, they're lazy. They will always search for install WordPress plugin. Okay. And then there's quite a few that ranks. Of course, they're gonna rank WP beginner. I'm pretty sure marketing with WP is not gonna rank because it's such a generically searched term that for a website like my size, it's not gonna work. So the only way it's gonna work is they think the brand is strong and they know that my tutorials are there. So marketing with WP, right? This is the only time it's gonna work. How to add a new WordPress plugin, right? So how to install, how to add a new WordPress plugin. These are different articles. It might be actually cannibalizing, but it's okay. It's just for testing purpose. So let's make it how to install WordPress plugin, because right now we are testing the content analysis part. I'm going to do the same. Learn how to install WordPress plugin easily from here. Okay, so once I do this, I need to click on the update because that data is being saved on the site itself. If you do an analysis without updating it, it might not work. So refresh analysis. You see what happened, right? I got green on meta title and description now. So my score is better. It says should be improved, but it's better. Now it says I need to put it on my headings, right? And it says there's too many no follow links or whatever here, which is fine because it's coming from the menu. I have no issues. The no follow links are coming from the menu. Okay, so on keyword density, it says we were unable to calculate the density of a keyword. You probably haven't added any content on, or your target keywords were not found in your post content, right? So anywhere here, install WordPress plugin. Let's see. You see, it's nowhere in the body at all. That's why it says it's not there, and that's why I need to add it. That's what it says like. But that is an old approach. Thinking as a normal human being, if I write install WordPress plugin many times in the content, it gets really repetitive. And to be honest, for Google, they're so smart. They know that installing WordPress plugin or adding a WordPress plugin might mean the same thing. So it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it too much, right? Just that's why I say take it as a guideline. Don't be hard and fast on it, but take it as a guideline, because ultimately it depends on your reader, not what a suggestion is done, because suggestion is so generic, it's so universal that it might not always make sense. But it's whatever you're doing on the page, make sure you're doing it for the users, because in the long term, that's what matters, right? And that's the core ethics behind doing content marketing, is you're making contents for users that are super helpful, so they keep coming back to Google, using Google and your website, and Google rewards your website because you're creating a win-win situation. Okay, so you can see there's quite a few things. It's good to get as many check boxes, as many green as possible, but it doesn't matter. You need to get green everywhere, because as I said, it doesn't make sense to keyword stuff, right? If I have installed WordPress plugin every time in every paragraph, it gets really redundant and boring, and it doesn't make sense. So again, take this advice as a piece of with a grain of salt. Now, what should be in your content or not, right? So you got your title, that's there. You got your paragraph, introduction paragraph, that's fine. You can always have table of contents. Sometimes table of contents work really well when it's indexed. It shows on Google itself. Over here, like you will see TOC, short links over here. For an example, let's say I do AppSumo Plus versus briefcase. That's gonna be a content from marketing with WP. It has table of content and it has relevant information on table of content. That's why you're seeing these little snippets. Okay, it's an added feature. So it might be, it's called rich snippets or feature snippets. It's one of them, right? So you get this. This is definitely rich snippet. In the next video, I'll teach you how to add this as well. But you see the benefit of using table of content, right? And also your real estate is more, so the amount of space given by Google over here is more than over here. Okay, and I'm actually ranking above Briefcase HQ, which is the official website, because the content is so focused. Now let's look at why this content's ranking. Okay, I used to be an affiliate for AppSumo, just FYI. I stopped it because their affiliate commissions went down. Also, the company's kind of like trying to grow fast, and they're trying to grow fast, but on a very, how do you say, like on a very aggressive level, and I don't agree with all the business decisions they've made. So that's why I've come out from the affiliate. I'm not their affiliate anymore, but I put the content there so I can give you an example. Now in this example, I'm actually going to walk you through how I ranked for this keyword and why I'm still number one. Okay, breaking down all the page contents. That's why the content analysis part is good, but this is a human analysis now, right? So there is the search term AppSumo Plus versus Briefcase. What is my title? AppSumo Plus versus Briefcase. You see that keyword is at the front already. Okay. Now let's look at another thing. This is not set by me. What I've set is find out how we saved over 30% with AppSumo Briefcase, right? A complete review. So Google has set up the description to get the click, right? That's sometimes Google does it themselves. What else did we do? If you go through the content, this image, open image in new tab. If you look at the image name is also AppSumo Plus versus Briefcase, right? Now let's do something else. Let's go to images and see what ranks over there. You see that is ranked over there because that photo, that image name is AppSumo Plus versus Briefcase, and also the alternative tag in the image itself. We're going to edit the post. But let's look at any other images, right? So this image, alt tag, AppSumo Plus features and benefits. Let's look at another one. Briefcase membership features and enemies. So make sure the images you use, right? Make sure the images you used have been named. AppSumo plus features and benefits, right? So name properly so that it gets the SEO benefit. The file name makes a big difference, and having alternative tags on the file name also makes a big difference, right? So these are little things you have to do all the time to make sure you get that competitive advantage in every possible way. Now, this content ranked well, right? You saw why. So the title was there, the description was set manually, right? Was the content score, let's go over here, AppSumo plus versus briefcase, right? So let's see how the analysis is done. If it gets a green score, because I just want to show you, does it really matter or not? You see, it doesn't matter. Because here it says AppSumo briefcase review, right? AppSumo briefcase review comparison versus plus. And here it doesn't even talk about AppSumo plus versus briefcase anywhere directly, right? So does that score really matter now? Do you understand what I mean? It actually doesn't. But it's the entire way how the content is communicated. If I really wanted to make this content strong, of course I could keyword stuff a lot. I could put a lot of AppSumo plus versus briefcase, AppSumo plus versus briefcase everywhere, but again, it doesn't matter, right? So what does matter now is how the content is structured. What information does the content provide? Now look at it. So if I'm comparing two different membership plans, first I explain both the plans, right? And look at the table of contents. So I give a quick comparison in terms of how much does it cost, right? This is super helpful. No one else might be doing it. Do you know what I did? Another thing, I created a video for it on the same exact keyword, AppSumo plus versus briefcase, right? And then there is breakdown of each type of program, why someone should buy one over the other, and then there's conclusion and frequently asked questions. So this article is complete. So whenever you're doing content marketing, make sure you're not just covering the scores or the feedback given by SEO plugins, because they don't know how Google search engines work, right? They're not going to tell you they don't have that much data to say if a user is going to like this certain content or not. So you need to put yourself in the user's shoes and then think of all the things they might be wondering if you're writing a content on something. This content answers pretty much all the questions really well, and that's why it's ranking. Another big factor is there's no competition, right? Yeah, the brand is there themselves, but they're not answering the question of AppSumo Plus versus Briefcase, and there's no other big domain that does it. Of course, there's a lot of affiliates over here. So Kenmu, a very big affiliate, SurfSAS, another big affiliate, but none of them go in that depth. That's why it's not showing, right? So that's why your content quality really matters. And to be honest, when I was affiliate, this content actually made me over $1,000 or $1,500. So I really need to be honest, like why did this work? But you understand now that it's not always about this, but you putting your time into researching the content and making sure it answers all the questions. So make sure your titles are okay, your descriptions are okay, you follow the guideline, but make sure your content's the most important part. All right, and make sure your content answers everything the original searcher is looking for. And with that, this lesson is done. We'll cover into how to set up featured image for social medias and other awesome stuff in the next round of videos.